Caitlin Clark's injury return in her third WNBA season offers the strongest hope to off-balance Indiana Fever, per Insider. As the 2025 WNBA season began, the vibes were high in the Indiana Fever locker room. With the team already coming off a playoff appearance after spending years as a lottery team, this year was supposed to be the one when they reached the mountaintop. However, injuries to their superstar, Caitlin Clark, ruined the story many Indiana fans had imagined. Now, with the season coming to a close, and with CC slowly moving towards her return, WNBA insiders are wondering if her return would lead to Indiana making it big in the playoffs or not. Although Indiana remains in the playoff positions, they have a tough stretch of games awaiting that can leave them without a spot. But even if they can navigate through that, they still have a major roster issue. Assuming Caitlin Clark is back for the playoffs, the Indiana Fever are still down 3 guards. Surely there is not enough cover to sustain a big playoff run. While the Indiana Fever fans would love to believe that Caitlin can just get back seamlessly, WNBA insiders are of a different opinion. Discussing Caitlin Clark's potential return and the recent revelation of an ankle bone bruise, Rose Goldonwood said that bringing Caitlin Clark back might not be as big a boost for the Indiana Fever as it seems. On her Good Follow podcast, Ras said, "If you think about it, she's only played 13 games. She's missed 22. Right now, at the time of taping, there are 9 left. By the time you even bring her back, it's barely enough time for her to really, truly catch a rhythm." Till now, Caitlin Clark has only been able to do full court workouts. She is yet to take part in a team practice, which is traditionally considered the final step in recovery. Therefore, while she has made progress, she is still some ways away from a comeback. But Caitlin Clark getting back into the rhythm isn't the only problem facing the Indiana Fever, as per Rose Goldonwood. She also pointed out another big hurdle Indiana may face this season. While discussing another concerning thing about the Indiana Fever's deep playoff ambitions, she said that injuries to other players may mean that next season, Caitlin Clark's third, might be the best chance for Indiana to win a championship. She said, "You might be playing with fire." Already, the season-ending injuries have mounted. Ari McDonald, Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, and it's all injuries to the guards. I don't even think the Fever really have enough depth at the guard position to support a Caitlin Clark comeback. Do you have enough bodies to support that? Assuming Caitlin is back, the Fever still has only 5 healthy guards. Of these 5, 2 are on hardship contracts, and there is no guarantee that they will be retained through to the playoffs. With Caitlin barely back and especially in the high-intensity playoff environment, they are certainly going to be very thin in the backcourt. They are already at a disadvantage when it comes to height in the backcourt. Having yet another injury would mean that there is no way back now. While Rose Goldonwood certainly brings up some valid points, Caitlin Clark's return will eventually be decided by the medical staff. After the re-injury debacle, the Indiana medical staff has been very careful with Caitlin Clark's recovery. Meanwhile, in her absence, the Indiana Fever are about to face their toughest stretch of the season. Playoff battle heats up as the Indiana Fever face its toughest challenge without Caitlin Clark. And then there were 10. With the Chicago Sky becoming the latest one to be officially out of the playoff race, we're almost at the end of an interesting playoff race. With just over 2 weeks remaining for the playoffs to begin, the Indiana Fever is trying to lock in its playoff status. However, thanks to injuries and their upcoming schedule, it is not going to be an easy task at all. 7 of their remaining 10 games are against teams that are either above them in standings or are tightly competing with them for a playoff spot. Their next 2 games are against the mighty Minnesota Lynx. Though the Lynx are already qualified, they would want to take revenge for the shocking Commissioner's Cup final loss. They would also look to end their first consecutive losing streak this season. With Caitlin Clark expected to miss most, if not all, of these games, this would certainly be their biggest challenge of the year. Already thin in the backcourt, the Fever were dealt another blow with Sophie Cunningham missing the rest of the season. However, they still have hope thanks to Kelsey Mitchell. Coming off her career-high 38-point performance, she and the Indiana fanbase would hope to continue her rich vein of form. Although the challenge is as tough as it gets, the Fever has shown remarkable resolve this season. Will this grit and resolve carry them over th?